Pressure mounts on Electricity Company of Ghana ECG after it failed to meet a 24-hour deadline ultimatum given by the PURC to resolve prepaid meter crisis.
And also, Hohoe Jasikan stretch of the Eastern Corridor Road is now a death trap.
Also ahead this evening, on our series on 2016 in retrospect, we take a look at events that unfolded on December 8 as the Electoral Commission was preparing to announce winner of the polls.
And in business, only 1.2 million people in Ghana pay direct taxes out of the 4 million expected to pay.
And on the international front this evening, at least 14 UN peacekeepers have been killed and 53 wounded in an attack in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
And tonight on Entertainment, TV3 launches Sadia, first local telenovela.
We've got the details of these stories for you here on News 360, including the latest from the world of sports. Here, we're streaming live all across the world on 3news.com as well as TV3 Ghana on Facebook.
And beginning the news tonight, 6 persons, including a woman, have been arrested for attempting to smuggle arms into the northern region. They are in the custody of the Gambara Divisional Police Command after they tried entering the New York constituency with sophisticated weapons. The police, upon a tip-off, impounded the vehicle carrying 6 pump-action guns and 130 cartridges. The suspect will be transferred to the Northern Regional Police Command for further investigations.
We'll bring more on that subsequently, but on to other stories. Pressure is mounting on the Electricity Company of Ghana ECG for failing to meet its 24-hour deadline to resolve the problems of customers. It has therefore requested for an additional 4 days to get the problems resolved. Meanwhile, it has directed customers to visit their various districts and deposit their cards to be served.
The numbers at the project office of the ECG at Circle keep increasing daily. As of Thursday, December 7, about 30,000 out of 300,000 had been cleared. This made the ECG announce a 24-hour deadline to resolve concerns of customers. However, to their surprise, the numbers have more than doubled, posing a challenge to their staff. Currently, it has increased its staff workforce from 40 to 60, but are still grappling with the problem.
Hopefully by Monday, it should clear everybody.
I am certain of that because we will work so long as people's cards need to be reactivated and let them vent. There's no way we are going to sleep.
But the PURC has issued another 24-hour deadline to ECG to get their systems back on track. But PRO of ECG, William Boateng, says that cannot be possible.
We'll give them a report, a status report of what we've done so far and what is left. And let's see whether when we plead with them, that this is the reality on the ground.
He directed customers to visit their district offices and deposit their cars to be served.
If they can give them some time frame, it is better. They come and deposit in the morning, maybe in the afternoon they come for it, or they leave their telephone numbers. Immediately we reactivate, we'll call them and they come for it, and they can vend anywhere.
But the customers rejected the idea and rather expressed frustrations. Their businesses have been affected.
They tell you to come here. Or what they do is they will collect it and they will ask you to come the next day and they will bring it here. So when you go there and it's done, then they give it back to you.
Meanwhile, the General Secretary of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union ICU, Solomon Kote, has asked PURC to thoroughly investigate the problem and deal with the culprits.
But if the problem is not somebody sabotaging the system or somebody's negligence or dereliction of duty resulting in that, if that investigation is done, then the players involved should be dealt with.
And the pressure is certainly on ECG to perform now, and staff at the district level face possible dismissals from tomorrow, December 9, if they direct customers to visit the project office for their lending cards. According to management of ECG, such decisions by the staff at the district would not be tolerated. Managing Director of ECG, Engineer Samuel Boache, was addressing a news conference in Accra.
That has also come to our notice, and our PR manager, together with the other managers, are rectifying the situation by informing the customers appropriately what to do.
This time around, the information is flying that they should leave their cars at the district without coming to the project office again. It means that by 4 hours today, they are going to wind down by 12 midnight. They have cleared a lot of them. And tomorrow, we expect that we will have a top-up at the place or add up. And then the district will handle. The manager will take action. No, this is administrative. There will be administrative procedure that will work. Forget that. I say we are assuring you that the managing director has directed that they should not tell the customers to go to the project office, and you should take his word for it as the head and the CEO of the company. Please.
Now, the infamous word comfortable lead made entry into the Ghanaian news lexicon a year ago as the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC gave false hopes to his compatriots that they were leading. He reveals he does not regret the pain he inflicted on many over the comfortable lead. Let's take a look at the events of December 8, 2016.
Counting still underway in some constituencies. The dawn of December 8, press conference upon press conference.
The youth of Ghana have decided who their new leader should be. And the youth of Ghana overwhelmingly voted for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That's right.
Nobody will change this result.
The level of lawlessness will not be countenanced. And we want to assure our supporters and Ghanaians that President Mahama is in a comfortable lead. We are doing our analysis, and President Mahama is leading Akufo-Addo. The victory of the NDC is coming again.
Hopes were high, the atmosphere so tensed. Work at the Electoral Commission came to a standstill. Suspicions were rife. Pressure started mounting on the Electoral Commission to release the results.
The delay in the release of the results is creating anxiety, uncertainty, needless tension, and unhealthy speculation.
The Electoral Commission will only do what it pleases legally.
When we held our elections, we used a process that was very inclusive, very transparent, very credible, and very legal. And we will want to continue with that same spirit and those same principles in the collation of results.
Hopes started dashing. Tempers fled. A resilient MPP quickly organized and knew what he had warned.
A number of issues came to the fore, and we implemented each one of them quite carefully, checked the feedback, and I think that it worked. It worked.
I don't regret one bit, because I was crunching numbers that were available at the time. I never said at that press conference that we had finished collating all our results, and for which reason we're in a comfortable lead. 1 a.m., the time that witches are flying and armed robbers are operating and all the evil forces are at work, the MPP goes to hold a press conference and say they have won an election. I'm wondering what kind of technology did they use?
Suddenly, the loudest campaign signatures started diminishing, paving way for the elephant's triumphant victory. By 4 p.m. December 8, 2016, most of the parties had seen their smoothness level. For many, the direction was clear. The road to the Flagstaff House was defined. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Accra.
And former President John Agyekum Kufuor has called on Ghanaians to continue to hold government accountable as the ruling NPP marks 1 year in office. Speaking to TV3 on the sidelines of his 79th birth anniversary, he noted Ghana's democracy will only grow when the people become aware of their rights.
The former president was in a reflective and appreciative mood as he marked his 79th anniversary. Surrounded by friends and family, he was showered with a host of kind words and praises. In spite of the positive camaraderie and gifts received, being the statesman he is, he could not renege on the opportunity to interact with journalists present on the state of the nation under the governing New Patriotic Party. He noted Ghana is on a promising path, as long as the policies of the government are actualized in the years ahead.
I believe Ghana is turning the corner. Ghana needs to give itself some time. Democracy is not a one-off thing. Democracy its meaning is government of the people. And for as long as we live as people, we'll continue to face challenges. Even as we get on top of some today, there will be others popping up to tackle. The thing to do is to put a government in place. And government belongs to the people. Government is there for all the people. Forget about the parties. So the responsibility is not only on government, it's also on the people. When you do that, I tell you, Ghana has a lot of promise. We'll go very far. And the policies government has laid this year, I believe, are wise and far-reaching policies.
Former President Kufuor further noted Ghanaians must keep government on its toes.
Watch the government. If it's truly a government that is competent, a government that is working as far as possible transparently, and it's a government that is accountable to the people, a government that shows that it knows the power is managing issues from the people, because the Constitution says the people are sovereign. When you see a government that is working along these lines, then you know you've got yourself a government. You don't take your eyes off the performance of government.
The former president received gifts from students of the SOS school, the Jack Foundation, as well as family, friends and noble Ghanaians. Let's turn to some other stories this evening, as the Hohoi-Jasikan stretch of the Eastern Corridor Road is now a death trap. Portions of the road have crater-like potholes, resulting in avoidable accidents. Meanwhile, the contractors say they are only waiting for a green light to resume work. Here's a report by Peter Kwao Adato.
Work on the Eastern Corridor Road began during the tenure of former President John Evans Atta Mills. 5 years on, very little can be said about this alternative major road linking the south to the north. The state of the road can best be described as worse off compared to even when contractors had not moved to location. Various commuters along the stretch, motorists as well as other users of the Eastern Corridor Road have since been forced to endure varying forms of unbearable hardship. The Hohoi-Jasikan stretch, awarded to Messrs. Rolida in 2015, is one of the worst affected. Drivers have to go through so much stress to complete a short journey. The experience of these cargo trucks transporting cattle from the north on Monday, December 3, exposed the difficulties in plying the stretch. Drivers sometimes will have to walk through the stinking mud to ensure it is possible to use. This timber truck's smooth passage nearly deceived others. The driver and mate abandoned the assessment plan but subsequently got stuck. It took hours of struggle for the timber truck to pull the cargo truck out to safety.
You see, we are the bush cars. You see, when we enter bush, we enter more than these ones. So the main road cars, when you come and see them like this, we have to help them to come out.
These are the issues that must attract government's attention. The crave for a new region in conditions like these is absolutely needless and baseless. The District Assembly and members of Parliament must wake up from their slumber.
A resident of Jasikan had to spend close to 3 hours in the sun until he was rescued by the same timber truck when his motorbike got stuck.
The ministers, the road ministers, don't want to pass through this place. For them to see how the road is, to repair the road. Gospel fact, Master, you yourself look at what is happening now. So I'm pleading.
Residents and commuters on the Eastern Corridor have yet another danger to contend with. The approaching dry season could be threatening as severe dust stares in their faces.
You're on News 360 and something exciting coming up. A wealthy family has been living a lie for many years. Now, with the passing away of the head of the home, the chickens are now coming home to roost. All the secrets are about to be uncovered. Yet the lies are far from over, especially the very big lie waiting to explode. Sadia is coming home to a family she never knew or heard of through her lifetime. The odds are in her favor. Sadia chronicles the life of the protagonist, highlighting some of the challenges with migration of young people and human trafficking on the continent. Let's now join our guest of honor at the Executive Theatre as TV3 premieres Sadia, an intriguing Ghanaian series tonight.
About the fact that we need a certain reorientation that gets us to believe in who we are. No matter what we do, we would never really develop except we develop on the basis of who we are. People talk about economy and economics and finance and business and expanding the economy and all of that. But quite frankly, as a liberal arts student, I tell you that what has developed all the countries on our envy list, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, and the rest of them, it's not economics. It's values. Every nation that has developed, if we care to really look at it, it's about the values that make them who they are. It is only in Africa that we attempt to live like others. All other people, Asians, Europeans, etc., live according to who they are. And so, if we have TV3, now give us Sadia. Because Sadia, immediately you hear Sadia, it resonates with you. And then you know that this is something that you can identify with. And so, this is authentic Ghanaian, what did you say? I don't want to say telenovela. Ghana novella. And quite frankly, I meant it when I said that for the first time ever in my life, I am going to have something that every Monday and every Tuesday evening, I'll be hurrying through traffic in order to go and see. So, when Pearl came to my office the other day, I told her that as Minister for Information, who reads the data on TV and radio listenership and audiences every week, I know as a matter of fact that as far as English television stations are concerned, TV3 is #1. At least that's what the statistics tell me. And believe me, Sadia would even take you over the chart. Not on top of the chart. It will take you over the chart. And so, I am happy to be associated with this. It makes my work as Minister for Information much easier. you know, the values campaign that I gave to you to try and show this is better values campaign than any values campaign that I could ever generate as Minister for Information. This is, there's a film that they call Love Brewed in an African Pot. This is novella brewed in an African pot. And so, thank you very much, TV3, for this. I want to tell all the other Ghanaians who are watching TV3 at this time that from today to go, you are never ever able to change your channel again. You are going to be glued to TV3 because then it is here that you will truly, truly, truly become proud in yourself as a Ghanaian and be proud that in Ghana we also have minds and we have brains and we have creativity that will stand us out as a unique nation among the committee of nations. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you very much.
The past.
My name is Lord Gibson.
The present.
Father, forgive me, for I have sinned.
And the future.
Sister Judith, who are my parents?
What is it again?
Have an appointment with the Gibsons.
Honey, please.
All his enemies are going to turn against us, and they're going to be starting with you.
You guys are just too stupid to know that she was sleeping with Daddy.
So, what family name was given to the child?
Child trafficker. You smuggler. I will blow your cover.
And this is just the beginning. Sadia is coming home.
I am going to kill my husband.
Sadia.
Right, just saw a bit of the official launch of the first Ghanaian telenovela, Sadia. According to Information Minister Mustafa Hamid, he prefers Ghana novella. So the show, Sadia, will be broadcast on Mondays and Tuesdays on TV3 at 8 p.m.
Certainly. Sounds very exciting. Now, on to other stories. The MP for Asawase, Muntaka Mubarak, wants surveillance intensified at the Kumasi Academy and the Asokore-Mampong municipality. He complained about the unrestricted visits to the school. He fears the entire community could be at risk of contracting the swine flu, which has affected the school.
The MP was contributing to a statement made by the Minister of Health on the current situation concerning the health crisis at Kumasi Academy.
Yesterday, I visited the Kumasi Academy. And Mr. Speaker, it will shock you to know when this has happened and we are struggling to contain it. The gate of Kumasi Academy was open ajar. So people are walking in and walking out. What is he going to do to the community? Because now that it is swine flu, that can easily be spread. What are they going to do to the community? Will the vaccination cover the community? Two, Mr. Speaker, on Saturday, when the anniversary was happening, from His Excellency, the President, ministers, members of Parliament, the general public, we were all there. Are they going to vaccinate us too?
He wants authorities to intensify efforts at dealing with the situation now that the cause has been identified.
We want to know what broad program they will have to be able to deal with it, knowing very well that the initial management had been very challenging and had been very poor, and many people had interacted with the community and with the students and are not on the campus. So if you go vaccinating only the teaching staff, their children, and the non-teaching staff, the students, you get it wrong.
Meanwhile, the health minister has refuted claims they had intentionally swept the deaths at Kumaka under the carpet because of the school's anniversary.
The spread of meningitis is not as the spread of the flu as we have seen. And therefore, if it were meningitis that we're suspecting, that had been confirmed in the earlier history of events in the school in April, we couldn't easily thought that suspension of a program they have already invested into was very, very, very appropriate. And that is why the program was left to actually go on.
Among other things he said was to improve upon healthcare delivery at the school and others countrywide. The health minister could, however, not give a definite answer regarding when the vaccines from the World Health Organization would arrive in Ghana.
Let's continue with events in Kumasi. And as the health minister links the death of 4 students of the Kumasi Academy in the Ashanti region to influenza type H1N1 2009, the Noguchi Memorial Institute says it cannot confirm that the flu resulted in the mortality, as the pathology report on the 4 students is yet to be released. Head of the Virology Department, Professor William Kwabna Ampofo, made the remarks in an interview with TV3 Selam Amenya.
What we have, from my point of view, is that we know that there is a flu outbreak among students at Kumaka. I think we are not too sure if it was actually flu that caused the mortalities, because we don't have the specimens from those particular cases. But I guess the epidemiological data, is showing that probably they had similar symptoms. That's why it can be concluded that those students, probably had severe flu, which resulted in the unfortunate, death. The virus, when it first appeared in 2009, caused a new pandemic of influenza. And the nickname it got at the time was swine flu, because the new flu virus was found to have 4 components: 1 from swine, 1 from avian, 1 from human, and then 1 from, I think it was equine, I think it was horses. But it looks as if the swine component was the major proportion, and so the nickname given to the virus in 2009 was the swine flu virus. But actually, this virus has now become the common virus in seasonal flu. And we say seasonal flu to distinguish from pandemic influenza. Pandemic influenza is when there's a new type of flu virus that was not previously circulating in man, that is causing disease and death. Okay. So since 2009, H1N1 PDM, for short pandemic, 2009, has become the seasonal flu virus common in influenza across the world, including Ghana.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for some business news. And only 1.2 million people in Ghana pay direct taxes out of the 4 million who are supposed to pay. Deputy Minister of Finance Abena Osei Asari revealed this at the launch of the 2018 Citizens Budget at Kaswa in the Wutu Senya East District of the Central Region.
The Citizens Budget is a summary of the national budget written in simple English language and some local dialect on how government plans to raise revenue to pay for its activities and how it plans to allocate such resources to achieve the national development goals. The objective is to promote citizens' understanding of the budget process and active participation in the process of development. It is to make the budget accessible to the citizens, thus enhancing transparency and accountability. Launching the 2018 Citizens Budget, Deputy Finance Minister Abena Osei Asari noted as government starts to implement all its initiatives next year, many jobs will be created for the teeming unemployed youth. Speaking at the sidelines of the launch, the Deputy Finance Minister was convinced the Nation Builders Corps initiative will help enhance tax collection.
With the help of the Nation Builders Corps, those who are going to be under the revenue mobilization will help government to also achieve its purpose in this area.
Abenose Asari indicated full implementation of digital addressing projects and the national identification systems will be key in improving government revenue, especially from property taxes.
There are about 4 million people who are supposed to be paying taxes, but currently it's just 1.2 million people who are paying their taxes in this country. So the government wants to formalize the economy addressing system. Once we are able to roll out the national identification system fully, it will bring everybody on board and everybody will pay the taxes due government.
Well, let's turn to other stories now. And Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited, producer of Star Beer, has launched the Star Beer National Consumer Promotion to reward loyal customers. A 2.5-gram gold bar is the ultimate prize.
The Star Beer brand has over the years carved a niche for itself in the alcoholic beverage industry, thereby remaining the #1 choice for many. Introduced on July 1, 1960 by Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited, the brand has won the loyalty of numerous customers nationwide as a result of its refreshing taste and crystal clear golden foamy bubbles that the drink produces. The beverage is brewed with the finest ingredients, which include maize, malted barley, hops and water. Star Beer appeals best to the throat when served chilled. In appreciation of their customers' loyalty, producers of Star Beer have launched the Star Beer National Consumer Promotion. The promo, which spans the Christmas festivity, affords customers who are aged 18 and above the opportunity to win 2.5-gram gold bar as well as other freebies.
December is a month of giving, and we want to give something back to Ghana as a thank you for the loyalty you give to Star Beer. Star Beer is in the market since 1960, and with this Gold Awards, we thought it's a good way in December, in the month of Christmas, to share this prize. We have over 500,000 of Star bottles to be won.
Marketing and Innovation Director of Guinness Ghana, Melanie Ramsey, want consumers of Star Beer to take full advantage of the promo.
The prizes are absolutely instant, so you have the opportunity to win gold straight away. You'll have a crown that says win gold, you'll have a number to call on the neck label, and it will be delivered directly to you wherever you live in Ghana.
Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited is also the sole producers of several indigenous brand beverages such as Origin, Malta Guinness, Smirnoff, Red Label, Root Extra, Guinness, Golder, among others.
Now, Vivo Energy, distributors and marketers of Shell products in Ghana, have opened a new multi-purpose retail station at Hatchel in Accra. The initiative is intended to provide a one-stop shop to the communities and Vivo Energy customers in Ghana.
Vivo Energy Ghana currently has a total of 215 Shell service stations, with majority being retail shops. The multi-purpose initiative is to expand its retail network by bringing the Shell brand closer to its customers. The Shell licensee new station at Hatchel is to demonstrate the company's commitment for being quick to respond to customers' needs. The new Hatchel Shell service station has a loop bay, restaurant, pharmaceutical shop, an automated teller machine, and other services provided to give a one-stop shop for customers who patronize the Shell station. Retail manager for Vivo Energy Ghana, Kwame Aka, said the initiative will ensure that customer needs are attended to at their visit to the Shell service station.
So beyond all this are the quality fuels that we sell at the right price, with the customer service that you won't get anywhere else. So there's no reason for you to go anywhere else. We seek to do this across the country. And as you can see, we are always expanding our footprints across Ghana, just to make sure that the brand preference or people wanting us more, we make it much more convenient for the people to get us when they really want us, not to drive more than necessary to get to us.
Managing Director for Vivo Energy Ghana, Ebenezer Faulkner, encouraged motorists to subscribe to the Shell Motorist app, which was launched in October this year, to get information required about Shell to help them plan and also locate quick service at the various Shell filling stations.
This app gives you all the information you require about Shell to help plan your journeys, purchases, oil change, locate quick service restaurant at our stations, and provide feedback whilst offering you an opportunity to improve your driving efficiency.
Managers of the station reminded customers to continue purchasing Shell products to be part of the Shell Feeling New Year Deep Taxi Bonanza, which is still running till December 24, with 2 more draws up for grabs.
And that's all the business news we've got for you this evening on News 360. But you can visit our website, 3news.com, for more. We've got sports news with Nana Kojoafre in a few moments' time. Stay with us.
And now, nominees for the much anticipated 3 Music Awards will be officially announced on January 19, 2018. Ahead of that, showbiz pundits, media men and bloggers who make the 3 Music Awards board have begun their process of shortlisting from a tall list of entries received. Also, Rai witnessed one of such critiquing our shortlisting sessions and comes through with the following report.
The maiden 3 Music Awards will celebrate outstanding achievement in music production, video content and personalities. Weeks of engagement by industry experts and music enthusiasts saw a tall list of potential nominees selected. Well-experienced industry analysts have been pruning the list in a bid to present the best shortlist ahead of the January 19 release.
But this year it's been very silent. So I'll also take him out as well. But Shumakashi is in the same league as Kumasi Academy. That's what I said. Yeah.
The session, often characterized by argument and counter-argument, saw 3 MA board members take turns to make their case as to why artists merit nomination or otherwise.
Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. No. Okay, so let's move. We are not arguing our case finishing. You want to
The process is done in adherence with a clearly spelled out category definition. The final shortlist for all 21 categories is decided on by a simple majority vote. James Corso Brown is the chairman of the 3 Music Awards board.
That's what makes it interesting. It's not about being attached to one artist or the other or knowing whatever. You have to justify. Even though you say it is difficult, I mean, sometimes you are taking an artist out, you know, they've put in so much energy, but if it doesn't meet that bar, you have to go by the scientific approach by taking them out.
Executive producer for the award, Sadiq Abdullahi, noted the award ceremony is ultimately aimed at raising standards in music and video content production.
It's been good, it's been exciting, and you could feel in all the conversations and discussions, all the experiences, the varied experiences of the board members comes to bear in deciding who or what makes the cut as much as possible. But I like how objective we've been so far. I like the fact that we're driven by professional integrity.
60% is going to the public because the public are the ones who actually view the videos, and so they'll be able to tell me whether a video is nice or whether a song sounds good. For the board, because we have the technical expertise, we would also complement what the public does in regards to voting. So it's an admixture of both sectors.
3 Music, which airs on TV3, has been at the forefront of breaking and broadcasting the hottest music, lifestyle and entertainment content. The awards is in partnership with Media General.
The exclusive partnership that is coming for TV3 goes to show that our objective of bringing the best of entertainment content and something that is relevant when it comes to entertainment is held in high esteem. And so we thought it wise to, be part of this great experience that is going to happen to Ghana in the coming year.
Well, that's it for this edition of News 360. We were talking about Sadia. I hope you're not going to miss it on Monday and Tuesday night.
I'm not going to miss it.
You are not going to miss it. Right. Yeah, starting on Monday.
Thanks so much for watching. There's more news on our website, that's 3news.com, and news at 10 will simulcast on 3FM 92.7. I'm Natalie Fort.
The past